Hello everybody, I am Dr. Ila Manga, the founder of Breathwork-Africa. Thank you for joining me for this series of opening stretches which really will prepare the body for breath before doing a particular technique. So often when we start doing a particular breathing technique, we're already holding patterns of tension that we are unconscious of. And this restricts how we experience the breath, and often the technique itself can exacerbate a feeling of tension and anxiety, especially when we are trying to breathe with particular counts and the breath hasn't fully been opened and we haven't prepared the body enough. So this little sequence will just help us to make space, to release patterns of tension, and also to activate the diaphragm, which is the main breathing muscle in the body, so that we are not overusing these accessory muscles or these helper muscles in the neck and the shoulders. Okay, so sometimes it's just really helpful to shake out the energy, and this can be done standing up, but just kind of move the energy in the way that works for you. So shake it out. Just begin by shaking it out. And let the movement of your body wake up your breath. Let your body move the breath, just in whichever way feels good for you. Okay, take a moment just to feel that settling of the breath and the waking up of the breath at the same time. And we're going to be moving into a practice now that connects the body and the breath, and that mobilizes and softens the spine. Now the back of the diaphragm attaches to the lumbar spine at the level of the belly button. And this series of movements is going to just release that attachment, or open up or loosen that attachment of the diaphragm to the spine. Okay, some of you may know this practice from yoga. It is called the cat-cow sequence. And what we are doing is, on the exhale, we are essentially curling the spine, bringing your chin towards your chest. As you exhale, rounding the spine. And on the inhale, taking the shoulders back, looking up towards the ceiling, and feel that opening across the heart, across the chest. And on the exhale, curl in, chin towards the chest, rounding your spine. And on the inhale, open up and feel that arching of the lower back. As you exhale, curl in. We can just do about 5 or 10 of these, coordinating the movement of your spine with the breath, slowing the breath down. On the inhale, arching, opening up, shoulders open, head turned up. And on the exhale, curling in, chin towards the chest, rounding the spine. Really just enjoy that movement. Your body receiving the breath. Beautiful. So this cat-cow spinal flex and release that we did in the last practice releases the attachment of the diaphragm to the spine. We are going to be doing a practice now that opens up across the side ribs, which releases the lateral aspect of the rib cage and the diaphragm. So you can do this practice sitting or standing. Today we will do it sitting. And you're going to be raising one hand just above your head, taking the opposite hand and wrapping it across the wrist, drawing it up and then over. And just feeling that beautiful side stretch. Breathe into that open side. This also opens up the intercostal muscles in between the rib cage. And then the other side. And breathing into that open side. So often the diaphragm is quite tight. So we're just going to loosen it a little. So locate the spot just underneath the tip of your breastbone where your ribs part, and place your fingers just in that area, and you can just prod around there a little, and in many of us it's quite tender. But as you inhale, breathe up against your hands, and on the exhale just apply a little bit of pressure, so you kind of massage your fingers into that area. And keep going. And exhale gently as you give yourself a little massage. Inhale up against your hands. And exhale, release. And now you can move your fingers all the way under your rib cage, because the diaphragm is tucked all the way under your rib cage here. And so if you can kind of draw your fingers so that it hooks in under your rib cage, if that feels good for you, with the same feeling, inhale into your hands, exhale, just give yourself a little massage and trace the bottom of your rib cage all the way down. And you can do that on the other side. And often one side is more tender than the other. But this really just wakes up your diaphragm and activates those muscle fibers, so that when you do engage with the practice, you can breathe from here and less with your accessory muscles. And just feel the difference, feel that openness now. So when you enjoy that next expanded inhale, you can really feel the freedom in your breath. And when you release the exhale, you can feel the complete release and letting go. Enjoy your breathing practice.